Hello again, I'm Rahena, and we are playing more of Gakuen Heaven 2. This will be June 22nd in-game. It's the day right after the previous scene at the Oden stall. And it will, this will be a cute scene.
勉強を教えてほしい?
You want tutoring?
はい。
Yes.
自主学習とはいい心がけだ。お前はいつからそんなにやる気を出すようになったんだ?
You're paying good attention to your studies. When did you develop such enthusiasm?
おでん屋の屋台でいつでも教えてやるって言ってたじゃないですか。
At the Oden stall, you said you'd teach me anytime, didn't you?
だから早速その言葉に甘えに来たんです。
So I came to take you up on your kind offer right away.
先週の授業でやったところなんですけど、授業中は分かったつもりだったんです。
What we did in last week's class, I thought I understood it during class.
でも自分で問題集をやってみたらそうじゃなかったみたいで。
But when I tried to do the workbook on my own, it looks like I didn't. So with the way everybody talks about class and do this for next week and everything, I think they only have each class once a week, which seems kind of unusual to me for high school. I guess it's more of a college type setup of how they handle things here. I know I would forget everything by the time I got to taking my class again in the following week, especially something like math where you need to kind of practice and keep it fresh in your mind, but I don't know. Anyway.
Sakaki 先生、お願いします。
Please.
いいだろう。とりあえず教室で待っていろ。
Alright. Anyway, wait in the classroom.
教室?
The classroom?
今なら教室は空いているからな。そこで教えてやる。
The classroom's empty right now, so I'll tutor you there.
はい。よろしくお願いします。
Yes, thank you. That Asahina, did he get attached to me just for feeding him Oden? Or is it that he's decided that I wasn't an enemy? He's gotten friendly all of a sudden.
だからそこに Y の値を代入するから解が導き出せないんだ。
And here we get the scene. Nice little CG of the tutoring in the empty classroom. It's interesting that there's so many desks and things in these classrooms. If you look at how many seats there are here, there's at least 5 or 6 right there that you can see in several rows. Like, for a school that has, I think, a maximum of 150 students, it seems kind of ridiculous to have that many seats in a classroom, but I didn't design the place, so don't blame me. Anyway, here's Sakaki being cranky, and remember, he's not used to teaching a regular level student, especially doing extra tutoring. He's always taught, higher class students or students who are smarter, who are in more advanced classes, that sense of higher class, higher class level. He's the ultimate level math teacher, which, if you read some of the supplemental materials for the game, ultimate level classes actually take 3 years worth of instruction and compress them into 1 year. So, Yuki being in the regular class, by the time he finishes his 3 years of high school, he will have finished ultimate year 1, and that's it. So, the pace is much slower and there's more simple things going on here. And Sakaki is saying, it's because you're substituting the value of y there that you can't derive the answer.
でも、さっきの問題はそれで解けたんだけどな。
But that's how I solved the last problem.
さっきの問いとは使う公式が違うんだ。頭を切り替えろ。
It's using a different formula than the last problem. Switch your thinking.
では先にこっちを解いてみろ。2つの違いがわかるはずだ。
Then try solving this one. You must understand the difference between the two.
こっちはさっきの公式と同じだから。
Since this is the same formula as the last one.
わかった。なるほど、そういうことか。
Oh, I get it. I see. So this is it.
あ、
Oh.
なんだ?
What?
今、グラウンドのホイッスルが聞こえたなと思って。
I was thinking I heard a whistle from the track just now.
それがどうした?
What about it? What about it?
多分、陸上部が練習やってるんですね。
The track club is probably practicing.
そういえば、友のやつって今までずっと陸上部の幽霊部員だったんですけど。
And now you can see Yuki's getting very distracted because in this scene he's going to talk about everyone. So, We haven't completed all the other character routes yet. There may be kind of very tiny spoilers in here, just very vague hints about things that they are doing. It doesn't really get into any details about their problems or anything, so I think it's safe to watch this even if we haven't played all the character routes together yet. Because it's just so vague. It just lets you know that everybody's okay. And the nice thing about this, too, is it implies that Yuki has gotten everyone's friendship ending. Somehow. In some sort of parallel universe where he was able to get everyone's friendship ending at the same time. Now that's led him to this point. So you don't have to feel bad about abandoning any of the other boys, especially once you find out the sad stories that some of them have. By playing this, at least this route, Sakaki's route, kind of makes all the friendship endings as something that really did happen. So that's good. No one is left in the cold. And come to think of it, Tomo was a phantom member of the track club up till now.
この間こっそり練習してたのが先輩にバレちゃったんですよ。
And his senpais recently found out he was practicing in secret.
それで今度陸上の試合に出させられるらしいですよ。
So next time they're making him participate in a track meet.
ほう、あいつも大変だな。
Oh, that's rough for him.
朝比奈、喋るだけじゃなく頭と手も動かせ。
Asahina, don't just talk. Get your head and hands to work.
はーい。
Right.
解けた。これでどうですか？
Well, I solved it. How's this?
じゃあ次はこっちをもう一つの公式で解いてみろ。
Then next, try solving this one with another formula.
こっちはそうだ。この間園田さんが学食でミステリーランチを始めたの知ってます？
This one. Oh, that's right. Did you know Sonoda started a mystery lunch in the cafeteria recently?
何のことだ？
What are you talking about?
高額オークションの代わりに生徒の食わず嫌いをなくすために覆面メニューを出してるんですよ。
Instead of the high-priced auctions, he's offering concealed dishes for students to help them get rid of their food aversions.
面白いですよね。
That's interesting.
面白いって言えばジョーカーさんがベルワンが面白かったからまた同じのをやろうって言ってました。
And speaking of interesting, Joker said he found the Bell one interesting, so we should do the same sort of thing again.
今度は生徒全員参加でもっと盛り上がるゲーム大会をいろいろ考えてるみたいですよ。
And it seems like he has all sorts of ideas for a more exciting game tournament next time, with all the students participating.
楽しみだな。
I can't wait for that.
しかも先生たちも参加できるようにするって言ってたからその時は榊先生も出ましょうよ。
And he said he'd make it so the teachers can participate too, so you should enter then.
相変わらずジョーカワは暇そうだな。
As usual, Jokawa has too much free time.
あ、だんだん分かってきたぞこの問題。
Oh, I understand a lot more in this problem.
ベルワンが終わった後新しいことを始める人が多いみたいですね。
After the Bell one ended, it seems a lot of people started doing new things.
空也さんは最近学園の野良猫のための基金を作ったんですよ。
Kuya made a fund for the stray cats of the school recently.
自分たちが卒業しても猫たちが困らないようにするんだって張り切ってました。
And he was really enthusiastic and saying he'd make it so the cats wouldn't have any trouble even after he graduates.
八神は音楽祭やることになってて俺も八神のバンドで歌うから今練習してるんですよ。
And Yagami's going to be in the music festival, and I'm singing with his band, so we're practicing now.
先生も聞きに来てくださいね。
You come listen too.
朝比奈、
はい。
お前は雑談をしたいのか？
Do you want to chit-chat?
勉強を教えてもらいに来たんだと思ってたんだが、俺の聞き間違いか？
I thought you came for tutoring, or did I mishear?
もちろん勉強です。
Well, of course, it's tutoring. Poor Yuki gets distracted so easily.
だったら問題に集中しろ。
Then concentrate on the problems.
でもせっかくこうして先生と話す機会があるんですから話もしたいんです。
But since I have the chance to talk to you like this, I want to talk too.
どうでもいい雑談をか？
You mean trivial chit-chat?
どうでもいい話じゃありません。
It's not trivial.
みんなで守ったこの学園の生徒の話なんですよ。
It's about the students who all protected the school.
榊先生にも知っておいてほしいんです。
I want you to know about them too. And now he'll kind of go off on a little mental thing here about Yuki, which is nice. Geez, this guy, he's chatty and he's friendly. And rather than liking to gossip, he likes to involve himself with others. He empathizes with others as if they were himself. He's the type who gets fulfillment from doing things for others and not for his own sake. His personality has probably always been like that. He must have been raised lovingly among people who listened to even his idle talk with interest. In a good environment without malice. So, even though he's being a little harsh with him, teaching him here, he actually has very complimentary thoughts about Yuki and his personality. It also makes you wonder a bit, because about the friction with him and his family, how they don't seem to agree. You wonder how much of that is a little bit of jealousy about Yuki having been raised in a nurturing environment as opposed to what seems to have been something bad for him. And I'm trying not to totally project all my headcanon onto this because I have a giant mountain of it, but trying to just look at the text as we get it here.
ほら、この問題を飛ばしてるぞ。
Look, you skipped over this problem.
あ、本当だ。俺、うっかり問題飛ばしちゃうことよくあるんだよな。
Oh, you're right. I'm always accidentally skipping problems. And more thoughts here. And he's aware that he's an ordinary person. Maybe because of that, he doesn't have any weird pride or hunger for fame. And he freely trusts what other people say. His type is rare at this school. The students at this school are narrow-minded due to pride because the majority are elite. Maybe that's why this guy can be friends with anyone. Even within the school, he's well liked by most, and in the blink of an eye, he became the focus of the school. I guess it's all due to his nature. So you can kind of also watch as you look at the CG. This one has a lot of different variations. You can see Yuki making all these faces as he's thinking and talking, but Sakaki's expression is also changing as he's thinking and, not really saying much, but he's thinking a lot about Yuki.
そういえば、2年の千葉さん、この間インハイですごくいい成績だったんですよ。
Well, come to think of it, the second year Chiba got a really good achievement in the recent inter-high competition.
それから同じ2年の新さんも水泳部で。
And the other second year, Arata in the swim club.
新た水瀬のことか
Arata, you mean Minase?
あ、はい、そうです。
Oh, yes, right.
新さんもいろいろあったみたいなんですけど、水泳続けるみたいで。
Arata's been through a lot, but it seems like he's going to continue swimming.
俺、どっちも応援してるんです。この学園の運動部にはみんな頑張ってほしいですよね。
I'm cheering for both of them. I want everyone to do their best in the school's athletic clubs.
それでなぜそこにその変数を代入したんだ
And why did you substitute that variable there?
あれ、違った？
Huh? Is it wrong?
よく見比べてみろ。そこはどの公式を使うのが正しいんだった
Compare it carefully. What was the right formula to use there?
こっちの場合は確か。
In this case, it was... And here's some more thoughts. In his honesty and lack of hostility toward others, he's similar to Rajendra. But Rajendra, due to his own principles and indifference, has nothing more than a philanthropic spirit. It's kind of a weird way to put things. But in Asahina's case, he deals with people more actively with no regard for himself. Rajendra doesn't have that part. So it's kind of a comparison between the two because, you can see that Dora-chan, Rajendra, is a really nice person, but he's always kind of just imposing his thoughts on others. Like the whole thing where everyone's complaining about eating curry all the time. He wants to share that with people, but he's doing it in such a way that it's so forceful without considering their feelings about it. Yuki always considers other people's feelings when he acts.
うわ、すごい勘違いしてた。
Oh, I made a big mistake.
それじゃあこっちが。
So he's just kind of correcting himself here. And look at Sakaki actually being happy here. He might be pretty interesting. And now Yuki's giggling.
なんだ、いきなり気持ち悪い笑いをして。
What's with that creepy laugh all of a sudden?
なんか榊先生が楽しそうだったから。
Well, Professor Sakaki, you look like you're having fun.
俺が楽しそう
I'm having fun?
はい、そう見えたんですけど。
Yes, at least you look like it.
気のせいだ。
It's your imagination.
なんだ、俺の話が面白かったから笑ってくれたって思ったのに。
What? I thought you were smiling because my conversation was interesting. He's smiling because he's thinking about how nice you are.
ところで榊先生って好きな人とかいるんですか？
Oh my god, Yuki, seriously? By the way, Professor, do you have someone you like?
いきなり何を聞くんだ
What are you asking all of a sudden?
実は結構前から気になってたんですよ。
Actually, I've been wondering for a long time.
お前は
You. So now we have a choice here. Our choices are, the first one is, are you interested in me? And the second one is, don't think about things that aren't your business. I think this is the only choice that actually makes a difference in the character. I don't think the other ones really change the ending, but obviously we're going to ask Yuki, are you interested in me?
俺に気があるのか
Huh?
俺が榊先生に？
Me? Interested in you?
そういう意味で言ったんじゃないですよ。
No, that's not how I meant it.
じゃあどういうつもりで言ったんだ
Then how did you mean it?
ただの興味本位なのか
Simple curiosity?
俺はただ単に気になったから聞いてみただけで。
I was just simply wondering, so I tried asking.
それ以上の意味とかそんな深く考えてなくて。
Well, I didn't think so deeply about any other meaning or anything. Geez, students at this age, they're overly interested in the love lives of anyone and everyone. Which is true, you're teaching a bunch of high school kids, what do you expect? I guess he's no exception.
だから
Well, that's why, maybe he's naive or earnest. He has more innocent charm than I thought. Really?
榊先生はご飯をおごってくれるいい人だし、もっと仲良くなりたいとは思うし。
You're a nice person who treated me to food, and I thought I wanted to get along with you better.
なんていうか、もっと知りたいとかいろいろ気になるんだけど。
How should I put it? I wanted to get to know you more, and there's lots of stuff I wonder about.
もしかしてそれって俺は榊先生が好きってこと？
I love how he just works everything out loud. He does not think inside his own head. He's just talking out everything he's thinking. Could it be? Does that mean I like you?
なのかな。いや、まさかそんなはずは。
I wonder. No way. It can't be.
お前面白いやつだな
You're a funny guy.
面白いですか？
Funny?
ああこの学園のやつらがお前を寄ってたかって構う理由がわかるような気がするぞ
Yeah, I feel like I understand the reason that the guys at this school have crowded around you.
嬉しがるようなことか
That makes you happy?
なんかそれなんとなく褒められたような気がするし。
Well, I feel like you praised me somehow.
そんなつもりはなかったんだが
That's not how I meant it. So how did you mean it?
お前は相当なポジティブ思考の持ち主なんだな
You have a considerably positive way of thinking.
よく言われます。能天気だなとも。
Oh, I get told that all the time, that I'm happy-go-lucky. I like how he just doesn't even deny it. He's just like, yep.
でもネガティブなのよりはいいかなって。
But I guess it's better than being negative.
それもそうだな
That's true. Jeez.
また笑った。
You smiled again.
朝比奈お前が他人の恋愛に興味があるのは分かった
Asahina, I know you're interested in other people's love lives.
だが今は恋愛相談の時間じゃない
But now is not the time to discuss romance.
俺の大事な時間を割いて勉強を教えてやってることを忘れるな
Don't forget, I'm spending my precious time to tutor you.
はい。
Right.
分かったら次の問いだ。
If you understand, then do the next problem.
はい。
Asahino's imagination is extremely average, but in his honesty, his understanding is high. That's valuable, but that honesty could be his ruin. He's weak to trick questions. It's been a long time since I've individually taught an average student like this. I've hardly done it since I've come to this school.
よし、次の問題だ。
Alright, next problem.
せっかくお前がやる気を出して教えを請いに来たんだ。
Since you're so motivated and came to ask for tutoring,
今日はみっちり教えてやる。
today I'll tutor you strictly.
うわ、先生、どうかお手柔らかに。
Professor, please go easy on me.
今日はありがとうございました。
So that ends the tutoring scene. It's an interesting kind of development there. We get the choice to kind of push things in a interesting direction there. And all those really complimentary thoughts about Yuki. I mean, even though Sakaki's very prickly on the outside and kind of standoffish, you can see that his thoughts are pretty honest about the students. He does care about the students, and you know, he finds Yuki interesting because he is such a positive person, because he has all those positive qualities that have drawn everybody else to him. It's kind of working on him as well as drawing him in and making him interested. So here's after tutoring, Yuki says thanks for today.
お前にしては頑張ったな。
You worked hard.
先生もありがとうございます。こんな時間まで付き合ってくれるなんて思ってませんでした。
Well, thank you, Professor. I didn't think you'd stay with me so
お
late.
かげですごくレベルアップした気がします。
Thanks to you, I feel like I've leveled up a lot.
また懲りずに教えてくださいね。
Please don't be discouraged from teaching me again.
ああ、時間があったらな。
Yeah, if I have time.
今日はお疲れ。急がないと寮の夕食に間に合わないんじゃないか？
You did a good job today. If you don't hurry, you won't be in time for dinner, right?
もうそんな時間。早く帰らなくちゃ。
It's already that late. I need to hurry back.
あ、そうだ。今度パーティーがあるんです。
And here we go. Oh, that's right. We're gonna have a party.
パーティー？
Party?
はい。俺たちを祝うベルワンの祝賀パーティーはもうやったんですけど。
Although we already had the celebration to congratulate us for the Bell 1,
今度正式に学園が残ることが理事会で決まったら、
this time, since the board officially decided that the school's going to remain,
学園存続の祝賀パーティーをやりましょうって話があるんです。
there's talk of having a celebration for the school continuing.
今度は生徒だけじゃなくて、先生や職員の人たちもみんな呼んでやるんです。
Then we're going to invite not just students, but all the teachers and the staff too.
日にちが決まったら、榊先生も参加してくださいね。
When the day is set, you please participate too.
それじゃあ、おやすみなさい。
Well then, good night.
本当に能天気なやつだ。
He really is happy-go-lucky.
学園存続の祝賀パーティーに俺を誘うとはな。
Inviting me to a celebration for the school continuing. Jeez, that kid. So, you know, Yuki just very openly invites people, wants them to participate, wants to get closer to them. It doesn't matter what their involvement was. You know, his thing is that, you know, Sakaki ended up being on their side in the end, so that's all he sees. That's all that matters to him. It doesn't matter that there was deception and lying going on there. If in the end he turned out to be an ally, then he's a good guy, and that's just all he's going to see. And as you can imagine, that makes him a very interesting person, especially to someone who is not used to dealing with people like that. I remember saying that the other students aren't like that. They're a little full of themselves. They're all elite, so they're kind of puffed up and proud, and Yuki's very humble, so seeing that, plus imagining, I would assume Sakaki's upbringing, where, you know, he's from a powerful, wealthy family, probably surrounded by people who are just all full of themselves, so having the opportunity to work with someone who's so average like that is really kind of a refreshing thing for him. Kind of a good thing in some ways. I'm going to stop here at the end of this scene, and we will continue next time, so thank you for watching.